Hello, everyone, and welcome to an episode of The Green Pill Secret. And this week we're talking about TradWife. Obviously, some people may not know what that means. It means traditional wife, as in a woman who is seeking a man to be her husband so she can be a homemaker. Yeah, I mean, what is the problem with being a homemaker? Women have done that for many years, and some women still want to do that. Not every woman wants to go out and have a career. Not that there's anything wrong with her wanting to have a career. Not that there's anything wrong with her wanting to try and juggle being a mother and having a career and taking care of the home and all of that kind of stuff. But I will say that even in the case of a trad wife, a man should, as a gentleman, take some concern with how the house is being run in terms of making sure that she's getting done what she needs to have done and if she needs help. And quite frankly, maybe she needs a night off, and could you take care of things for her? That's all she's asking in those cases. And being a gentleman and being open to those possibilities while still having a traditional relationship, that that's all that the trad wife might be asking for. So I've talked to some women, and there are women that do want to have a traditional wife relationship. They want to be trad wives. I will tell you guys, because there are guys out there that really would like a trad wife. They're not quite sure. And the thing about marriage, and I'm not going to talk about it in this episode, but money is a very important issue when you do anything. And I would hope that in a trad wife situation, she has as much right to say what the finances would be as he does. This goes back to I'm always right. No, no one is always right, but being flexible to allow for essentially having things work. And if you can financially make it work, let the woman be the trad wife that she wants to be. No one should force a woman to be a trad wife, but no one should say you can't be a trad wife. And as I say, I have the greatest admiration for the trad wives. They are doing a great job making a home and making it a very friendly and warm and loving place. And a woman may just want to do that. She may just see that that is her goal, and she would feel happy if that could be something that a man could provide for her. And believe me, I've spoken to men, and some men would really like a woman like that. I almost think that there's a missing dating app for this. I mean, I guess there are some things that may be religious, like Christian Mingle or something like that, that the many of the women on there may be going for trad wife because uh, no harm, no foul of it being somewhat of a Christian, Judeo-Christian tradition, and even a tradition in Islam and many other religions. And that's a possibility. And maybe you find your match through that. It really doesn't matter in terms of how you get there, but getting there is the important thing. And having a forum where guys can say, hey, I want a traditional woman, and women can say, hey, I want to be the traditional woman. I want to be finding a guy who will be the gentleman that will be there for me. It doesn't change certain things. I mean, every woman would want to and desire to have a man that makes her feel safe and secure. The trad wife still needs to feel safe and secure. If you provide her the finances that she can be the mother and the homemaker and essentially make sure that your breakfast is there for you, for instance, your dinner is there for you when you get home from work, and all of that. do these things for you that you should be thankful for. Absolutely be thankful for. That's all we're saying. It's something that is valid, and it is not contrary to feminist beliefs. Feminism does not say you have to go out and get a job. Feminism says that you should have the right to choose to get the job, but you should also have the right to be a trad wife. And trad wife, in my opinion, is feminist because it is asserting your desire to take that traditional role and make it your own. And I applaud that. I think that's great. As a man, I will say this. My opinion is simply, my personal view is simply this, that I feel that if she wants to have a traditional position in the family, I'm all for it. And if she wants to go out and have a career, I'm all for it. And if she wants, because she's got a much higher paying job than I have, for me to be the one that stays at home and take care of the kids and all of that, I don't have a problem with that either. And I know that's somewhat subverting the trad wife concept to say the man becomes the homemaker and the take care of kids, the one that makes the doctor's appointments and all of that kind of stuff. But this is not about that. This is about the woman taking on this role. And that's all I'm saying is that I want to get out there that there's nothing wrong with being a trad wife. It's a laudable thing to go for. And I really do want us to understand that it is a feminist position to essentially be a woman and say, that's what I want. Because great respect for the women that choose to be trad wives. And as a trad wife, you got to understand that although I'm not a trad wife, I could be a trad wife. And my kids being at school, I could have my own little podcast and do exactly what I'm doing right now. It's not like the trad wife is locked in her home and unable to do anything. Trad wives typically are very creative. They take pride in what they do. They are very happy with the lives that they have. And if their husbands are making them feel safe and secure and they trust them with all of this, then enjoy and be good. And in the downtime, when you're not taking care of the home, go to music therapy or go to a paint class or record a podcast or whatever else you think would be something fun. And it does not preclude a girls' night. Once in a while, hubby stays home, make sure the kids are cool, and you go out with the girls, have some fun. I see some of those girls at the karaoke's on Wednesday. They come to the karaoke class and the karaoke site, and we love singing with them, and they do a great job. And we love seeing them blow off some steam and enjoying themselves because nobody says a trad wife can't enjoy herself. That is absolutely true. She can enjoy herself. She has that right. Not that she doesn't take pride in providing a wonderful home. She does. She takes great pride in providing that wonderful home for her husband and her children. This is what it means to be a trad wife. It means to take pride in what you do and what you create and realize that it is a great thing that you're doing, bringing up a new generation or just being a wife that makes sure that her husband is doing okay, being his best friend and his advocate, but being there for him. That's the idea of the trad wife. And believe me, guys, they like trad wives. So, ladies, if you're out there and saying, nobody is agreeing to this, nobody wants to be my husband to my trad wife, You're meeting the wrong guys. They're there. Trust me, they are there. There are guys that really, really would love to find a woman who's happy to stay at home and be the trad wife and show his basic understanding that that's all that that relationship needs to have a solid partnership between a man and a woman in this heteronormative way. So, and believe me, in a homosexual relationship, one woman could be the trad wife while the other goes out and makes money, or one man in the masculine relationship can be the trad husband while the other husband goes out and earns keep. It's all good. Being flexible and understanding that that is a possibility for you, that's all I'm saying. It is good to just have these options open and understand that there's nothing wrong with it and enjoying what you provide. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Green Pill Secret. I'll see you next week.